Hello everyone, this is Rexer of the YouTube channel NotQuiteThereGaming. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been getting a bit lost in playing Diablo 3 lately since I got both the original and Reaper of Souls, so I've been playing a lot of that this week. But I wanted to let you guys know that I'm not dead and I still like Warframe. So, we're just gonna chill out a bit and have a no major insight look into what Warframes I have and what I think of them. Just a little video to tide you over until I get some more serious stuff in there. So let's just have a little look-see, shall we? I have most Warframes except Rhino Prime, because I just can't be asked. I just can't be asked to farm the parts. So, yeah. Let's see. We have Ash. Ash, well, he really looks good. A lot of people like him. I can understand why. He's a little bit tankier than Loki. He has invisibility, same as Loki, and damage skills instead of control skills. All in all, an interesting package. I like Loki better, and using invisibility as it's supposed to be used. Well, I shouldn't say that. Using invisibility to its full potential means that you won't really be needing the extra tankiness of Ash. So I just don't use him that much, can't say much about him. Banshee, well, I've already talked a lot about her in my build video. Awesome Warframe. First Warframe I ever put a reactor into. And obviously very good looking. Still relevant, even though Nova outclasses her in raw damage. I use her a lot right now, since I've rebuilt her, if you will. This is how she looks like normally. Still good looking. I've bought the Immortal skin, obviously, and did the same color scheme I use for most of my Warframes that I frequently use. She's nice, and I heartily recommend her. Take a look at my build video. You'll see more about what I think about her. Next we have Ember. Ember, I've always been meh about her. I just don't know what it is. Just don't know what it is. I liked the powers she had before, all the redos, if you will. When she used to have a damage reduction power, that used to be interesting. I considered taking a closer look at her back then. Now she has a power that boosts your damage. Some people say she's overly focused on caster damage, on fire damage specifically, but I don't know. I kind of toy with the idea of making full-on balls to the walls caster power build with my Ember Prime, but I'm not actually in any presentable state with that yet. Interesting Warframe, good looking, nice art. Prime is okay. I kinda like the regular version better. Kinda, I don't know why, but yeah, well, can't say much about that. Excalibur, an awesome Warframe. Probably the best starter Warframe. Mag is better if you know how to use her. So, for a starting person, Excalibur is better, in my opinion. For a person who's been playing Warframe for a long time, the best starter Warframe is Mag Prime from the choice. But if you want to just start with something, Excalibur is probably the best pick you can have. You can take a look at my starter Warframes video for a really long-winded speech about what I think about the starter Warframes. But yeah, long story short, you can't go wrong with Excalibur. I got Excalibur Prime because I'm a founder. I really like him. I had a lot of fun with him. I think this was because you get a reactor with him when you get him from the founder pack. I think this was the first Warframe I ever actually really considered the mods and stuff like that for. So had a lot of fun with him. Don't use him that much anymore because there's better Warframes. He's not bad, but there's just better Warframes. Frost, cool Warframe. Frost is actually the first Warframe I ever actually considered playing the game for. I stumbled onto one of Mike B, aka Phony's videos about Frost, and I ended up watching his whole series of Warframe videos, and that got me really interested in the game. I was kind of interested before, that got me really interested, and then I started playing. Somehow I ended up not playing Frost at all, so that's kind of weird, but I guess he's just not my kind of Warframe. He's really tanky, got a lot of defensive focused skills, but you can play him offensively as well. I don't know, just haven't gotten around to him yet, I guess. I have Frost Prime as well, because hey, first Prime ever released to the public outside of the Founders package. And then we have Loki. Now, you should already know by now that I like Loki a lot. When in doubt, go with Loki. Invisibility is, I would say, even better than any other kind of survivability enhancing plan that you might have. Unless you need to defend something else, like an objective, invisibility is the best survivability enhancing power you could have, in my opinion, in the game right now. Just need to keep an eye out for stray fire and area of effect stuff, and if you manage that, well, you're pretty much good for anything. Of course, it's not always that simple. Even in survival missions, you need to generate those little oxygen packs and stuff like that, so invisibility is really good, and I really disregard radial sound for maximizing invisibility, but it's not the end all, which is good because otherwise I would be playing Loki all the time. I really like Loki. I didn't like Loki about the middle of the way. When I first started, I really loved him. Then I realized that he doesn't really have any action skills, any Michael Bay explosions, so I kind of grew really far apart from him. Then I realized how good invisibility is with the proper mods, and now I love him again, so that's cool. Then we have Mag. This is another sort of love-hate relationship. I started out really disliking Mag, probably because I first played a lot of her when she had her first round of skills before the major reworks that happened along the way since open beta started. And well, I didn't really like her. It's a shame, but you know, I can't say I really lost out because I looked into her for my starter Warframes guide. I really knew I had to look into her because I can't just go into a video and say, I hate this Warframe, you shouldn't take a look at her because I hate her. I had to find out why you shouldn't be taking a look at this Warframe. And you know what? I found out that the reworks that they have done since open beta started on Mag mean that she is a pretty different Warframe than the Warframe that I was acquainted with. And instead of I hate this Warframe, I ended up with I love this Warframe. In specific circumstances, of course. So I built my Mag Prime. I think I kinda like the regular Mag skin more than Mag Prime. At least I should do a color rework of Mag Prime. I'm not really satisfied with this look. But anyway, against Corpus, any excuse I have of using Mag Prime, any significant population of Corpus that I can predict is going to be in a mission, I'm going to be taking Mag Prime. If it's an Orokin Void mission, I'm going to be taking Mag Prime. If it's a regular Corpus mission, I'm going to be taking Mag Prime. If it's one of those invasion missions against Corpus, I will be taking Mag Prime. Because Shield Polarize is just so good. So good. And Crush is just so fun to use. Pull isn't that bad either. So yeah. Went from hating this Warframe to just head over heels in love. Necros, well, I have a video on Necros as well. On Mag Prime as well. Necros, he looks really good. I really like the concept of the Necromancer Warframe. But it could be better. Could be better. Still, for drop enhancing and just stepping outside of your comfort zone with playstyle, he's a really good Warframe for that. I wouldn't say he excels at anything, but, you know, just take a look at my build video if you want to know my in-depth opinions of him. I'm not really that big of a fan, but he's okay. Nova. Actually, my most popular video on the channel. I acknowledge the fact that I built her really squishy, and I don't really use her for excuse me, for situations where that squishiness really becomes a problem. So yeah, really good damage Warframe. Love her or hate her because she steals your kills or because she gets you all your kills. Excuse me again. Yeah, it's like I was really skeptical when they put her to the design council. I thought all her skills would be cookie cutter and suck. Turns out she's pretty good, so I'm satisfied with that. I haven't played her that much lately because I tend to prefer low-key nowadays. I like actually using my weapons instead of exploding everything Michael Bay style. Nyx is probably my heart's favorite, I would say, in terms of Warframes. I really don't play her enough. But I once saw a thread about some guy complaining that Nyx is the most underpowered Warframe in the game, and that was really weird, but I kind of laughed at the public outcry of people just accusing him of trolling and giving him page after page after page of reasons why Nyx is actually a very powerful Warframe. And Nyx is a very powerful Warframe. Absorb, especially in Orokin Direct Defense, when you can bait the entire wave of Infested into Nyx with Absorb and just massacre everything, because Absorb damage is dependent on your enemy's damage, and just that scales just perfectly. Well, especially in those situations and in other situations where Chaos is very useful, Nyx is just completely overpowered. So don't nerf her, or I will come to your house and no, I don't. I won't. But I think the devs are aware of the fact that we don't really want them to nerf Nyx. Anyway, I also have like a few variations of her looks. Like this was before my acquisition of the Immortal skin. I really like this one. I might switch back to it sometimes. This is how she looks with the Immortal skin and the regular color scheme. Again, she's a good-looking Warframe, and a good Warframe to use. I just don't use her enough, because I like Loki. And Mag. Yeah, Loki and Mag are my go-tos. Banshee for everything else, I guess. Right now, at least. Oberon. I'm not really a fan of Oberon. He looks really good. You can give him a color scheme and a helmet that makes him kind of look like a demon worshipping nut job. And that's kind of funny. But funny / cool if you're into that. But I don't know. Not really a fan. Like, His skills are good for area denial, especially Hallowed Ground, I think, is the one that he puts down a damage area on the ground. But yeah, playing with pickup groups just doesn't cater to that very well. I guess that's why I don't really like Ember that much either, because she has a skill that is really focused on area denial as well, and if you play with a pickup group with random strangers, they will go out of their way to steal your kills if you do area denial. They will run right through your little patch of death-dealing damage and just kill everyone before it, because they want those kills and you can't have them. So it doesn't really matter. If you're playing with like friends, a close-knit group of friends, and you want to have area denial, Ember and Oberon could be a really good choice. But yeah, since I don't do that usually, I guess I don't really like him that much. Rhino, dear Rhino. I really wanted to look into Rhino, and I really wanted to look into Rhino Prime, but especially since his skill redesign. Charge is nice, Iron Skin is nice, Roar is nice, and Rhino Stomp is nice. Among the four, maybe dropping Charge would be the only choice I could recommend, but, well, Invisibility again. I like Loki better. What's the point of just buffing yourself up with every little bit of armor and shields and iron skin that you could possibly have if at level 80 something of defense you're gonna get one shot anyway? Until then, yeah, it's gonna be awesome, but I don't know. I just don't know. Roar is awesome and Rhino Stomp is awesome anyway. So he's a good Warframe, and certainly a very strong choice, a very strong choice for low-level, medium-level missions or start of high-level missions before enemy damage just spirals completely out of control. But, well, I'm not really into the idea that much anymore. You'll also notice that I've changed the helmets on some of them. I'm not going to go into that much detail. We're just chilling out and talking about Warframes here, so I hope you can forgive me for that. Speaking of talking about Warframes, Saren, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I actually don't remember which Warframe I put my first reactor in. I was really on the fence between Saren and Banshee. I think Banshee won out, but I'm not 100%. I was really into what Venom could do on masses of enemies and what Miasma could do on masses of enemies. Back when her Saren's skills just flat out ignored enemy armor. She was really good for that, but I should be taking a look at her again. I mean, her skills have suffered some changes, and I'm not really aware of where they are right now and what has happened with her since Damage 2.0. Contagion is kind of always been kind of always wanted to use it for something but it's always been kind of Molt, kind of interesting copy of Decoy, of Loki's Decoy. So she definitely has things going for her, but, well, haven't gotten around to her. Maybe I should take a look at her skills and see if I can build her again. She's definitely more of a tanky caster, or at least she used to be. That's how I used to roll with her. Armor, health, and caster mods. Could fit a good amount of them before all the Orokin Vault mods hit the fan. Yeah. Well, I should be taking a look at her sometime soon. Trinity. I did a build video of Trinity, but I'm not actually that big of a fan. I kind of did it as a gimmick build, and I had it lying around when I was starting to make videos, so hey, why not make a video on Trinity? I've since discovered some interesting synergies between Link and actually some weapons. So I will maybe take a look at her again in the future and do a more complete build video and let you know about some strategies that you could employ to make your time more fun, other than just I heal you and I heal you and I heal you and now we're all invulnerable and I am still slow as shit and I'm not having fun. I'm a healer, Warframe, blah. But yeah, also I reiterate, if you're using Trinity with Blessing and my take on maximum duration blessing, put a nice modded out Ogress as your primary. Get a good secondary, of course, not that one, like something like Despair. I always recommend Despair. And when you're blessed, just run around point blank ogressing people in the face. It's so fun. Still, you're slow as shit. So yeah, moving on. We have actually, well, I was gonna say all the Warframes that are favorites of mine, but there's Volt, and I'm not really a fan of Volt, sorry. Valkyr. I love this Warframe. She looks just so well designed. And I almost built her, but they made some changes to her, and now they're promising Melee 2.0. So I'm kind of stuck in limbo with my build of her. I really like her design. I really like her story. It's kind of complex. I mean, obviously poor her, but you know, it's very interesting. The way they launched her, the way she's designed. Obviously looks really good with my color scheme, so that helps. And I believe I refer to her as a beautifully broken angel of destruction. And I think that's the most poetic way to put my opinion of Valkyr. She has some really good skills, and I should really be building her soon, so might be the next thing I build. I don't know. Might have to wait for Damage 2.0 though, which is kind of the curse and blessing of Warframe. Every week you have the potential of some patch hitting the fan, and you know, I don't want to be so nihilistic or negativistic that everything is like shit hitting the fan, but every patch has the potential of completely throwing your builds out the window. So that's a blessing and a curse of active game design and active game iteration on a game like this. Fun, but oh my god, your plans. Next we have Vauban. My color scheme looks hideous on him, so that's why I reset him. Just hideous. Like, oh my god, so bad. Anyway, I really loved him, and I'm gonna give you a little brief peek at the way I used to build him. I really need to redo this. Oh my god, every button except the one I need to push. Yeah, brief look. I've got like 8 mod points to spare. I used to have like 14 before I did this little experimentation number. That's just a test build, so don't look too much into that. But yeah, I kind of like really got into building him when they did the aura thing. So speaking of patches screwing up your plans, I built Vauban, and then the auras came in, and okay, auras took mod energy, so yeah, gotta polarize, gotta make plans for extra mod energy in my build. It's okay, I have the forma, I really like Vauban, la 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 la. We're gonna do this. Then they changed it so auras give mod energy, and I was kind of really upset at the time because, hey, from a tight build, I ended up with a build that I could have probably done without any forma or just one forma. And after the patch, I had 14 extra mod points, which I wasn't going to be able to sink into anything at the time. So yeah, that wasn't fun. I don't like Vauban so much ever since they added a limit to how many people he can hold with Bastille. I can't pronounce that right, sorry. So yeah, used to be my favorite Warframe because, well, used to be a lot of people's favorite Warframe. Used to be referred to as God tier, but not so much anymore these days. And next we have Volt. Volt. He looks cool. I just don't play him. Yep. Just don't play him. Nothing to really say, except for the fact that speed, I'm not sure where speed is these days, but where it used to like phase your screen, like narrow the FOV or whatever the heck it did, it made me really nauseous when someone cast speed in my team, and I always used to have to ask people who played Volt to please not cast speed because it is making me sick. So that is also probably a reason why I've never played Volt myself, because the visual effects of speed just make me nauseous. Sorry. That's it for Volt. And Zephyr. Zephyr is the latest Warframe. I went into playing her pretty much the same way that I did with Mag. I thought her skills kinda suck, her damage kinda sucks, and I didn't like her. And you know what? I got stuck in an Orkan defense mission, T3 I think it was. I was the host, obviously, so I had a little bit of leeway of, hey, I can bring some stuff that's not 100% built because I just want to level some things, and I'm bringing the key, so I hope you guys are okay with it. So there I was. My Zephyr wasn't really built. I think I was like 25 or something out of 30. And with Tornado, I could crowd control a whole side of enemies. And with Turbulence, I was almost never getting hit. And with Redirection, I had so big a shield pool that even if I did get hit, I wouldn't really feel it. So I went from what the hell is the purpose of this Warframe to this Warframe is awesome, again, like I did with Mag. And also in that map, in that Orokin defense map, you know the ceiling is really high, and you know which Warframe can fly? Yes, it's Zephyr, and it's so cool. Like, you can fly almost to the ceiling, you can even perch on some ledges on the ceiling if you want. You can get there with other Warframes too, but with Zephyr it's really fun because you can just like rocket all the way around, like you just own the place, and it's so fun. And I don't really like Dive Bomb, but Tailwind, Turbulence, and Tornado are really good skills, and I should really be looking into building this Warframe. But yeah, anyway, this hasn't been like a huge insight video, and I hope you guys don't mind the fact that I haven't been able to make a really in-depth guide this week. I really like playing Diablo, I'm gonna be honest. I hope you don't mind the fact that I'm taking a little break from Warframe. I've been playing this game almost non-stop for pretty much a year now. So I had a break overdue. Like, I remember last year I had my bachelor's degree exams coming up. I had to get my thesis done, I had to get my projects done, and my classmates would ask me, hey, what's up? What are you doing with your thesis? Oh, my thesis? I'm not doing anything. I'm playing Warframe. I succeeded in getting my stuff done, but yeah, it was pretty funky, I would like play so much Warframe. And the following summer, yeah, all Warframe all the time. So yeah, I'm really not a mono gamer, but this game is pretty addictive, but still need a break once in a while. So I hope you guys don't mind the fact that this was pretty much a chill out video. I hope you found it somewhat entertaining. If you did, please remember to subscribe. I like the numbers going up. There's pretty much no other reason. I'm gonna put out some more videos, of course, so subscribing will probably, maybe if YouTube works, let you know when I put out some new videos. If you like this video, please remember to also like, share. I have a Twitter, which I only put things about my channel on, so if you want to know like when I'm making a new video ahead of time, or if I'm bitching about drop rates in Orokin Void or something and just laugh at that, you can check out my Twitter. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Probably went long again. Sorry, it just happens. Anyway, this has been it from me. I'm Rexer from the YouTube channel NotQuiteThereGaming, signing off.